Good evening, guys. Good afternoon, good morning. For those who are watching me outside country, from US and different times. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I want to look at rehabilitation centers. For those who have followed me on my channel for some time, I was alcoholic. I moved out of alcoholism by the grace of God. I didn't go to a rehabilitation center because of the grace of God. But I've been getting very many inboxes and calls about how can you help a person who is alcoholic. Very many people in our families, actually every family, every household is affected by there must be an alcoholic. Na nasumbua watu. But alcoholic, yani don't care. He doesn't care. He or she doesn't care. That one person. How can we help this person? Tunamsaidiaje huyu jamaa? But they imekuwa ngumu sana. It's very hard, and they are causing damages. They are wasting their lives. Others are dying at a very young age. And there's that question that is coming up all the time. How can we help these people who are affected by alcoholism? How can we help them? I saw the government trying to talk about it through the president, through the deputy president, trying to come up with ways they can help these people who are affected. But today I want to look at, I want to give you an option that is better. And I give reasons why it's better. You may have talked about them. You have called them for a meeting, you have cancelled them, then still they go back. Namfungulia biashara, mwambia sasa kaa hapo, jaribu kuuza, at least you get something, anakula hizo pesa, anamaliza. Unamnunulia bodaboda, mwambia fanya, at least ukue busy so that you be busy so that you get something for your life. Anakula hiyo bodaboda yote, inaisha. No progress, no change, the person remains an alcoholic. It's very sad. Naweza kufanya ulia kama mzazi ama kama ndugu ya mtu, anaweza fanya ulia sana. But guys, I want to enlighten you about rehabilitation centers. Rehab, these are centers that are put aside. They can be private or public, to help people who are affected by drugs or who are stressed, to change their mind. Actually, they are aimed at changing their mind, the thinking of that person to change. And guys, I want to encourage guys to take drug addicts to a rehabilitation center. If everything has failed, can you try a rehabilitation center? A rehabilitation center in Kenya is very expensive. It's not a cheap thing. It's around, you need around 120,000 for you to to do detoxification to a person fully, so that you can recover fully. It needs around 100,000. You can't miss 100,000 or more for that person to recover. But is it worthy? Is it worthy than losing this guy at a productive age? Or you lose him, mchange pesa mingi hata kuliko hizo 120,000. I want to encourage you guys that it's better to take a person to a rehabilitation centers. But you need to, it should not be forced. You need to talk to him and so that it comes from him and say that now it's better for me to go to a rehabilitation center. We have seen very many guys in Kenya who have gone to a rehabilitation centers and they are doing well. They are doing better through her rehabilitation centers, so they can change you. So I want to give you reasons why it should be good to take a person to a rehabilitation center. Then taking that person to a church and is prayed for and then he moves out. Yeah, okay, it's good, but it's good to mpeleke hapo, lakini let me tell you, it's not enough. It's not enough. One reason why it's better to take a person to a rehabilitation center is that in a rehabilitation center you get professional assistance. Unapata kwa rehab kuna watu ambao wamesomea, watu professionals ambao wako trained kuhusu drugs, so they know what a drug addict is and how to treat them. This is very different with calling uncles and sitting down and trying to counsel a person. You know, it's very different. So this professional understands what is drug addiction. These people provide specialized medical, psychological, and emotional support required to an individual. You get professional counselors. This addict will be counseled, will be enlightened, will get education about what is really affecting him. And this one will help him or her to change the mind, especially looking at the reasons why do you think this person is drinking. The counselor will come up with ways of helping this person. And why sometimes I discourage these calling meetings and then you start lecturing a person who's a drunkard or always using drugs. Sometimes it doesn't affect this, sometimes it affects the person more. It affects the person more. Why? Because sometimes they are lamenting, they are not helping the person. And most of them don't understand. Those people don't understand what is being a drug addict. I remember when I was a drug addict, sometimes the way I think is different the way you are thinking. The way I used to look at a person who is not drinking, I don't used to look at him as a very stupid person. But so the way of thinking is different. That is understood. This is understood very well by drug addicts, by professionals. So number one is that in our rehabilitation centers, you will get professionals. Number two, in our rehabilitation centers, we have detoxification. This place provides safe detoxification environment. You know, when you go to a rehabilitation centers, there are some drugs that we are given, injections that we are given to detoxify you. For example, you are an alcoholic. So in a rehabilitation center, it's a very safe ground, it's a safe environment because you cannot access other drugs. You cannot be, you are confined in a place, so you cannot access drugs anymore. I guess you are getting me. You can't access the drugs anymore. So it's a safe environment. Provide a controlled and safe environment that minimizes access to drugs, reduces the risk of relapse and overdose. Detoxification takes very well in that environment. Unlike upper, like home, because you have told that person stop using drugs. You'll ask you, halafu, what will I do? Then from there I do what? I sing. This one will not be then the person, then the environment itself. The environment itself is full of drugs, so you will just go back there. I want you to understand this. For a person to change, he needs to change the environment. I remember when I was a drug addict. I remember when I was prayed for, and then I met some counselors, some guys, some friends, some colleagues. I was moved out of that environment. I remember I used to stay in a 3-bedroom house. Then I was moved to a single room in a kichaka. Akamsitu tu hapo ndani. For those guys who are rare, they understand. I was moved to a kichaka flani. I stayed there, away from drugs. So if you want that person to change, you need to change his environment. So he cannot be accessing drugs more. Are you getting? So he can't be accessing drugs anymore. And a rehabilitation center provides us an environment that is very safe, away from drugs. Then, number 3, in a rehabilitation center, there is a structured treatment. You guys, I need you to understand also that a person who is using drugs is sick. That is sickness. It's sickness. Because, let me ask you that if I must drink in the morning. so that can be normal. What does that mean? This person is sick. So the blood depends of alcohol. I remember my time, I reached a time that I cannot eat without drinking. So nikikunywa napata appetite. But hivyo tu nikikunywa naanza kutapika. Are you getting? Why? That's sickness. I was completely sick. Look, a person must drink so that he can sleep. So sleeping depends on drinking. That is sickness. That is sickness. You get a person shaking because of lack. But akikunywa anakuwa poa. That is sickness. You need to understand it from that perspective. This is a sick person. So when you go to a rehabilitation center, there is treatment which is structured. They have programs that are structured, including counseling, addressing the roots of their addiction, and develop coping strategies. So they are moved step by step. 1 week, second week, they do this, they do counseling. They try to get the root reason why this person is drinking. Structured. They are detoxified, they are given drugs. So there is structured treatment which will help this person to move out of drug addiction. Okay? Last, the other thing, not last, I have a lot. There's peer support. You know, when you go to a rehabilitation centers, there are other guys there who are always affected by drugs. Yeah, wako. They are there. These people will support you if, for example, that person is affected. You know, it's easier to get a support from a person who has undergone the same problem than a person who doesn't understand any. Unapata mtu ambaye hajaitumia pombe anakuadvise uache pombe na hajui chenye huwa pombe inapitia. Lakini when you go to a rehabilitation center, you get some people who are affected. Yeah, who are affected, and they will support you to move forward from that point. You move. Yeah, they are undergoing the same problem, so they will understand how to support you. Sometimes you lose sleep, and I remember I lost sleep for a whole week. Actually, I used to sleep around 30 minutes in the morning, almost 1 week. So if you understand, if you get a person who understands this, he or she is going to support you. So that peer support in the rehabilitation centers will help a person move out of drug abuse. Rehabilitation centers also have what we call family involvement. When you go to a rehabilitation centers, your family must be involved. Family must be involved. So during your recovery, you are encouraged to do your recovery. You are encouraged by your family. So in the rehabilitation centers, the family members are always educated about addiction, so that they can understand you. They can be able to understand. They can be able to know you, what you're supposed to do. So, you know, family members, sometimes they don't understand. But a rehabilitation center, because they involve family, the family will be able to understand what you are undergoing through, so that they can be able to know how to handle you. Okay? How they are going to handle you. So they can't handle you without understanding. That's where the rehabilitation center comes in. You know, normally we only condemn these people. You only condemn them. Oh, you are doing this or doing this, but you don't understand what this person is going through and how to help. You're only guessing how to help. So family involvement is very important. Also, family involvement comes in with forgiveness. Yeah, you know, you need your family to forgive you, because there's a time you have affected them a lot. You have affected them, so you need to forgive them, and they forgive you. Forgive each other, and that one is done through rehabilitation centers. People you are called and then told, Same, come on, your wife, come on, your husband, Same, and then you move forward. Then, but I think that is good with rehabilitation centers. It focuses on long-term recovery. Yeah, It focuses on equipping individuals with the skills to manage cravings. Yeah, they are given skills on how they can manage those cravings, they can manage stress and the triggers, increasing the chances of them going back. Yeah. So they are educated on how they will cover long term. You know, in a normal counseling a counselor telling boys, oh, you need to stop this, you want to suffer. You are not giving them options on what you are going to do, how they are going to manage stress, how they are going to manage cravings. You're not told so. But when you go to a rehabilitation centers, you are given that information, how to recover, how you are going to manage your stress. That's why I'm encouraging guys to take people there, so they can be able to know how can I manage my stress. When I'm stressed, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. When I have cravings for alcohol or cigarette, what am I supposed to do? When I'm stressed, when I have triggers, yeah, when I miss, what am I supposed to do? So that you be aware. You are aware on what you're supposed to do. Then the normal counseling, which does not give you options on what you're supposed to do, and people who are giving that one, you should don't understand about alcoholism or use of drugs. A rehabilitation centers does another very good, very important thing. It gives education to alcoholic to the people who are affected by alcoholics. They give them education. Which education? They educate these people to understand what is alcoholism. Those people are affected. They are given education. You know, in a normal setup, when you are counseling a person who is an alcoholic, you really don't dig in to the effects of alcoholism. You are only you only want to tell this person that it's very possible for you to change, which is also possible. But when you go to a rehabilitation centers, you are given education, the effects of alcoholism, the effects of cigarette, the effects of bangi, the effects, all those effects you are given them. Then you are able to understand. Then you are able to make a choice on what you are supposed to do, so that you change and they move forward very well. Rehabilitation centers is a place you can take an alcoholic or a person who is affected by drugs and come home fully recovered. The last reason why you should take a person to a rehabilitation center is that he or she will be able to change the environment from to know the different views of people, to make new friends, create a new environment for change. This will enable this person to be able to make a decision. You moved him from that cocoon. You know, he is in amefungwa minyororo in a certain area. So, and I highlight more than what is supposed to be done. Are you getting? So, anaweza taka sana akimove out of that place, naweza kuja kumsaidia, anapatana new friends, new thinking, new environment. You know, when you visit new places, that's when you understand that there are very many different things in this world. But when you are in a cocoon, you think you are the best. But when you move out, you understand that people are different, things are different. So, let me tell you, take people to rehabilitation center. You guys, and you want to help, I will help them. Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys, for following me. I now know I say one and follow, one and like, or one and but guys, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share my channel, and it will grow, and we grow together so that we help the society. Any question, can dika kule chini, a question that you have, that you need help, or any clarification, any way to help, you can also reach at me. My social media is Mwalimu Anunda. In Facebook, I'm Ezra Anunda Mogusu. On Twitter is Mogusu Ezi. My phone number is on your screen. Thank you so much. Don't fear reaching me. God bless.